Alright, guys, how's everyone doing? We're back here with UFC 312 preview. It's obviously been a while. It's been since last February 18th, I believe, was the last time we recorded a podcast for UFC. It was, I believe, 298 between Topuria and Volkanovski last year, and now we're here at 312. This is Dricus du Plessis versus Sean Strickland 2. The first one went down last year in January. This one's going down this February, almost a year and a month later. And this is a highly anticipated rematch between two of the best at middleweight. And this one is going down in Sydney, Australia, at the Sydney Olympic Park at Kudos Bank Arena. The last one was in Toronto. So, two foreign territories for both these fighters, but they're running it back. First one was highly contested, controversial to some people, very close fight. But, yeah, this is going to be my quick breakdown of just the main card. So, kicking off the main card, we got, obviously here we got Jake Matthews versus Francisco Prado. Jake Matthews is coming off a decision win against Phil Rowe last June. He's a minus 240 favorite. The thing with Jake Matthews is he's very good, but he's very inconsistent. Sometimes he comes out, steamrolls his opponent. Other times he just gets absolutely checked in his place and takes a loss. He's been around for a while. He's 20-7. He's taken on Francisco Prado, who doesn't have enough or as much experience. He's 12-2. He's from Argentina. Jake Matthews is fighting at home. I think here, I mean, it's a 1-year layoff for Prado. Last time he fought was last February. And he's 1-2 in the UFC. I think that Jake Matthews, with the hometown crowd, I think he gets back on track. I think he might finish him, to be honest. But we'll see. This is a good one to open the card, though. Decent fight. This card overall, though, not very strong. So please bear with me with these guys. As me and the boys call them cans. Not the best group of fighters here in these three. Even the featured bout is pretty laughable, as you can see with Tafa and Teixeira. But we're going to make do with what we got, you know? UFC's saving the good cards for the summertime, maybe. Who knows? So we got Jimmy Crute against Adolfo Bellato here. This is at light heavyweight. So Jimmy Crute is coming off a long layoff. Last fight was July of 23, where he lost by submission to Alonzo Menafield. That was the second time they fought that year. The first one was a draw, then they ran it back. Crute was once a highly touted prospect, from what I remember, and he's fighting at home. I think he dealt with some injuries and stuff. He got knocked out by Anthony Smith. I think that was the injury, and then he got knocked out by Jamal Hill pretty brutally. Two good fighters back to back as a prospect, and then he kind of just went away for a little bit, came back. He wasn't as good. But he's fighting his home country. He's actually plus 135. I know the odds on here aren't right because the UFC website doesn't update them. I got my odds straight off of ESPN Bet. But he's a plus 135 favorite or underdog against Bellato. Bellato's coming off a long layoff too. He didn't fight since December of 23. So it's been a while for him too. He's from Brazil. He's a jiu-jitsu guy, but he also has power. He's pretty good everywhere, but I like Jimmy Crute to get this done by decision on the dog there. And it's light heavyweight too, so I mean these guys string together a couple wins, they could be back in the title contention picture. But yeah, it's like I said, I just like Jimmy Crute here, but don't be surprised with anything. And this is the canned fight of the main card. I'm going to have this every time now. The canned fight of the main card. This is Justin Tafa and Taliesin Teixeira. Tafa's 7-4. Not his fights and his record not very appealing. Not the best fighter, but this Teixeira guy is 7-0, 7 knockouts, 1 submission. He's coming off a Contender Series knockout. He hasn't fought in a while. Whereas Tafa fought last year and lost by decision to Carl Williams. He's had canceled bouts. I believe that he had a canceled bout and his twin brother stepped in for him. Like, it was some crazy canned shit that went down. But, yeah, I like Teixeira here, and he's actually only minus 135. He's a slight favorite. He's from Brazil. He's got a 6-inch reach or height advantage. He's got a reach advantage, too. I think he should get the finish here against Tafa, but the odds are pretty close. Obviously, UFC debut, you can't just be going all in on him, but I think he gets it done here, probably by stoppage. And Tafa's fights out of New Zealand / Australia. He fights from down under basically, but he's going to be the first hometown guy to lose in the main card. And then for the co-main, we have the women's strawweight title bout between Zhang Wei Li and Tatiana Suarez. Zhang Wei Li been champion for a while since submitting Carla Esparza in the Garden in November of 23. And has defended it twice. A brutal beatdown of Amanda Lemos and a good fight with Yan Xiaonan. She's actually got even odds, and Tatiana Suarez is minus 120 currently. For this one, Tatiana Suarez, 11-0. 34 years old, though. This is like her first crack at the title, first title run, due to a lot of injuries she's sustained in the past. She's really gone through. She has a whole documentary that came out on her last year about her perseverance through all the injuries and everything. And this is her title shot, her chance to bang it home. And, yeah, I mean, I expect Tatiana Suarez to have a wrestle-heavy approach. I think Zhang Wei Li is going to defend some takedowns. I think she's gonna go down. This could be a very good fight, or it could be a total can fest, honestly. But I think that Tatiana Suarez is gonna get it done either by submission or by domination via wrestling. They don't call her female Khabib for nothing. She's very dominant on the ground, and her jiu-jitsu. She's competed in jiu-jitsu and wrestling for medals in the Olympics and high-profile tournaments. And this is her first crack at it. She's really been through a lot, and I think she gets it done here. And this is really what we're all here for. Obviously, we got a decent co-main. We got some cans on the lower end of the card, but everyone's here for Dricus and Sean Strickland. The highly anticipated rematch, as I said. They fought last year. There wasn't a clear winner. All 5 rounds were close. Dricus got the split decision. A lot of people weren't happy. Obviously, a lot of Americans. Strickland, big fan favorite here. But I thought Dricus did hit him with the harder shots, and I thought he deserved the nod in the first fight. But like I said, it could have went either way. When you got 5 close rounds, you have to give the fight to somebody, or because it's not always going to be a draw. It's 5 rounds, unless like a point gets deducted or something. But like I said, the rematch is interesting here. Because Dricus won the belt, and then he defended it in August against Israel Adesanya, who Strickland beat 5-0, 5 rounds to none last year to get the belt. And Strickland's coming off just a decision win against Paulo Costa in June. Basically just took it as a tune-up fight because he knew he was getting another title shot because the first one was so close. And Dricus beat Adesanya. It was a back-and-forth fight, but Dricus really started to come on late, knocked him down, jumped his neck, and tapped him out. Took his back and tapped him out quickly. And then, so this is the next fight for Dricus, but should be really good again. Expect Dricus to be throwing his classic drunk bar, sloppy beer punches, whatever you want to call them. And expect Sean to do his jab tee bullshit and talk like he's going to die in the cage, and then he just is going to jab and have his classic game plan that Eric Nixick has. Sean's going to have Alex Pereira in his corner, who Sean said that he hates Dricus. He has a disdain in his heart for Dricus, and he really wants to fight him or whatever. Maybe Sean or maybe Alex will avenge another one of his buddies. He's been doing that for a while now. But like I said, I expect Dricus to go out here and finish him this time. You saw Strickland at the press conference. He had a big hole in his arm. It looked like a staph infection. He said, "I don't get staph. I give staph. Look at this mustache," or whatever he said. But it's obvious that he has something similar to a staph infection. And I don't know if that's going to affect him in the fight. He'll probably use it as an excuse if he loses. Who knows? You never know with these cans. But anyways, I like Dricus to get it done. I think he knocks him out this time, or it's going to be very similar to last time where it's a close fight, but Dricus is just throwing the harder shots, and they'll give him the nod. But this one could also go either way. Right now, Dricus is minus 200. He's minus 200 right now, so he's my pick for this one, Dricus. And, I think he defends his belt, and then we'll see what's next. Obviously, Hamzat Chimaev is waiting. Nasruddin Imavov just had a big win against Adesanya literally last week. So there's a lot going on in the middleweight division. Adesanya is ranked 4 now. Whitaker's ranked 5. The new generation's coming up. A lot to be excited about middleweight after, obviously Adesanya's long reign, just the same guys coming up and around, and now it's really moving. With Andregas is only 31. He's at peak physical prime shape, and I look for him to keep defending for a while. I don't know how long, but I think he'll end up with a couple of defenses. A lot of tough guys coming up. I mean, Hamzat Chimaev and Dreykus is a fight that everyone would want to see because it's just two powerful guys going out in the cage, and it should make for a really good fight or a fantastic finish. But yeah, this card is regular time, 10 p.m. main card. Early prelims, I believe, start at like 6 p.m. We're live at 6 p.m. Then we have Ilia Toporia's little brother is debuting on the prelims, and got some other decent fights there. But the prelims start at 8, and you can look forward to seeing Ilya's little brother against Alec Volkanovski's teammate Colby Thicknees. I think he's got some hype on him too. We'll see. But Toporia's brother's 5-1. A lot of people are saying he's only in the UFC because of his last name. Might be true, but name has value, and at the end of the day, UFC is looking for money. But anyways, enjoy the fights this weekend, guys. I hope you guys like and subscribe, and I'm gonna start doing these on the regular now because I feel like I've been slacking. But thanks a lot, guys. Enjoy the fights this weekend. Peace.